Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV and the Predicted 11 show. Arsenal face PSV at the Emirates on Thursday night. But what makes this game so interesting is normally when you've played 3 games of the Europa League already, you've kind of had a taste of everyone in the group, you kind of know what to expect. But with obviously what happened with the passing of the Queen here in the UK, it's left Arsenal playing PSV twice in their last 3 games of this Europa League group stage qualification process. And PSV, along with Arsenal, the 2 best teams of the group, a team that scored a lot of goals. If you want more about them, you can check that out in the preview that's out on AFTV. But I think what it means is that Arteta's got this situation now where do you basically go and get this done now, win the game at home, go really strong, kind of leave nothing to chance, try get it sealed, or does he back the team to rotate it? They've been doing well against Bodo Glimt in both games to go and get the job done and have everyone fresh for Southampton. Now, as you can see, it's just me on my own. Normally I'd be doing this with Robbie, and we've actually got a pretty good record when it comes to, predicting roughly who's going to play. We've got a decent idea, but this one I think we're going to disagree a little bit more on. Before you hear what I have to say, here's Robbie letting you know where he is and what his 11 would be.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV. Look at this beautiful view. Church are in the background. I'm up on a balcony here. Listen, I'm in Valencia at the moment. I'm at the YouTube Creators Summit that I've been very nicely invited to. And it's been brilliant over here. Been meeting a lot of different creators and giving a talk on how to build a successful YouTube channel. So it's been really, really good to be here. A little bit overcast today, although it is still quite warm, so nice weather. But I am going to be back in time for the big game on Thursday night when Arsenal, of course, take on PSV Eindhoven. I'll tell you what, it's a very important game for Arsenal because we want to win the group. We want to top the group. Of course, this is the game that got cancelled because of the Queen's funeral and the Queen's passing, and it's the rearranged fixture. But we want to win this group. We don't want to be in a position where we come runners-up in the group, which this year means that you've got to play a 2-legged playoff against one of the teams that drop out of the Champions League. And at the moment, that could be Barcelona, that could be Atletico Madrid, that could be, any host of, Juventus, good clubs. So we want to get the job done as soon as we possibly can. So this is my predicted lineup for the game. Let me see if you guys agree with it, but I'm going pretty strong in this. In goal, Matt Turner. Listen, he didn't let us down in the last game. Played very well against Bodo Glimt, so Matt Turner stays in goal. At right back, I'm going to go for Ben White. I know he looked a little bit tired at the weekend when he came off, but for me, he's been playing excellently, and we're going to need him in this game. Centre backs, Rob Holding and also Gabriel. I'll bring Gabriel back in for this one. Very important. He gets a lot of game time, I think, as well. We know he's had a few little shaky moments, but he hasn't let us down. And at left back, I think I'll start with Tomiyasu, really solidifying up that defence. We know how well he did against Salah, and a very important defender. So that would be my back 4. Just in front of them, Sambi Lokonga comes back in. Can't risk, putting Thomas Partey in there for obvious reasons. I'd love him to start this game, but we need him for the weekend game against Southampton, so I wouldn't risk him for this one. And then the other 2 players in midfield, Granit Xhaka, I think he has to play in this game. We need his experience. We need to win this game, as I said, and also Fabio Vieira. I give Odegaard a rest. He looked a little bit jaded when he came off towards the end of that game, and we need a fresh Odegaard for Southampton. Well, Southampton are that sort of team that they will press us. They will press us hard. So we're going to need the energetic players. The front 3 up front. Now, I've gone for this front 3. Marquinhos coming in on the right-hand side. Again, Saka's been on brilliant form, and I'm tempted to start him, but then he's such an important player right now. We need him for the weekend as well. So maybe put Marquinhos on at the start. On the left-hand side, again, the same with Martinelli. I want to start him, but we need him. He's important. So I'll put Reiss Nelson back in. Of course, Reiss Nelson will be familiar with the Dutch opposition. He used to play in the Netherlands last season when he was playing for Feyenoord, so he should be knowing what he's going to come up against when he plays against PSV. And through the middle, Eddie Nketiah. Now, it's a pretty inexperienced front 3. But listen, what I'd do is I'd have your Sakas and your Jesuses and people like that on the bench. Martinelli, if it's not going right, you can bring those guys on. But as long as we can, much as we can preserve those guys as possible for the weekend, I think that's very, very important. So that's my starting 11. That's the team that I think should be capable of beating PSV. PSV will be the biggest test of the group so far, but we're at home. And as I said, if we've got those other players in reserve, I'm confident that we can get the job done. What's your starting 11? Let us know in the comments below. But listen, I'm over here in Valencia, as I said. I'll be back in time for the game. We're going to be doing a watch along. We're going to be speaking to fans outside the game. So make sure you check us out here on AFTV. I'm out.
Well, Robbie and I had great debate, especially on the Monday night, about everything after the Leeds game. And it looks like we might be debating, or at least disagreeing a little bit more, because, look, it would not surprise me to see that team. It wouldn't. It's more in line with the kind of teams that we've been seeing. Well, I've got it here on the tactical pad. Robbie's team on the left, I'm going to build my team on the right. My only thing with this team is it feels very rotated. It feels a little too inexperienced. And we can't take PSV lightly. They've been scoring a lot of goals, not only in their league, but in the Europa League as well. And I think they pose a real threat, which is why I'm going for slightly different in terms of my predicted. This isn't just what I'd want to see, and a lot of it isn't what I want to see, but I think Arteta is going to go for something stronger. So I agree Matt Turner keeps his place. My team are going to play it in the black and gold away kit. I agree Matt Turner keeps his place. I thought he was good against Bodo Glimt. Then at right back, I think Tomiyasu starts. He's been getting more regular game time, a couple starts at left back. Starts at right back against Bodo Glimt in the home game. And then obviously the back-to-back left back appearances against Liverpool and Leeds. And I think Ben White, can get a rest. So I'll go with Tomiyasu. Then I actually think he's going to play both Saliba and Gabriel. Now, I know that might feel harsh on Rob Holding, but I don't think he's going to take this game lightly at all. And ultimately, they are our best centre-back pairing at the moment. Could I see maybe Ben White starting at centre-back alongside Gabriel? Sure, but he's been in such a good run of form at right-back. If one were to get injured or something were to happen, you obviously hope not. And Saliba or Gabriel couldn't play, White could fill in. So I think the depth of centre-back is decent, is very good actually. So we could, risk for this one game, go with the two of them at centre-back. And then Kieran Tierney, I think he's got to play, surely. I think he'll play against Southampton as well. But I think it would be a long break. We'd play Bodo Glimt. He didn't, start away at Bodo Glimt, I suppose. I'll get Kieran Tierney in the team, and I think he's going to start against Southampton away as well. In midfield, can't disagree with that at all. I think a lot of it is down to Thomas Partey's injury problems. So Lokonga, Vieira and Xhaka. There we go. That's my midfield three. Can't disagree with that. When it comes to the front three, though, I do disagree. Cool. I think Nketiah's going to start. I agree with that. Put him up top. Then, I actually think Martinelli's going to start. Started him in a few Europa League games. Didn't start him in the last. Why not give him some more minutes again here? I know we want to be resting all these players, guys. I get it. But we don't have the depth to just completely and utterly rotate. I think Nelson and Marquinhos, there's potential there. There's talent. But again, I wouldn't be taking PSV lightly. And then I'm starting Jesus out on the right wing. Played there for Man City. Played with Nketiah against Bodo Glimt at home when he came off from the bench, although he was playing on the left, and I thought we looked quite good with that. A couple of times they played together in pre-season and it worked. So that's the team I'd ultimately go with. The other thing I would say is that while I think, you've got to rotate a little bit, the performance against Leeds wasn't good. Now, okay, we've done all that discussion. You can afford the odd bad game. You can afford to sometimes have to dig in and just get through, and maybe whether it's by hook or by crook, just find a way through. But I think he'll want to get momentum into a lot of those players very quickly, especially ahead of Southampton. And, I think we've got 3 away games out of our last 4 Premier League games before the end of the season. So I don't think he'll be willing to just rotate and hope that the team, that first 11, just pick up the pace and are ready to go come Southampton. I think a home game against a very good competitive side in PSV, who can cause you problems, who can score goals, hopefully we'll get that kind of match sharpness ready for Southampton. So that is why I'm going with that team on the right. Robbie's team is on the left. You let me know which you agree with, or if you completely disagree with both, you let us know in the comment section, as Robbie said, for what 11 you would go with. And of course, go check out all the other AFTV content ahead of this game, from box to box to the preview, and of course, we'll be covering it all on that Thursday as well. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Go check out the merch as well. As always, I've got the 08. I'm supporting Martin Odegaard there. Go check out this hoodie. Comes in lots of different colours as well. I believe they've got T-shirts. Go check it all out on the AFTV website. The link is in the description below. Many thanks as always. Catch you on the next one.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.